An AI system can boost your numbers this quarter and quietly weaken you next year. The gains are visible: lower costs, faster output, cleaner dashboards. The risks are slower, structural, and harder to measure. And that tension is becoming central as automation spreads across industries. Imagine a company that replaces part of its customer support team with an AI chatbot. Response times drop, operating expenses fall, satisfaction scores hold steady for routine issues. On paper, the transition looks successful. But over time, fewer employees develop deep knowledge of edge cases. Complex issues escalate more often because frontline expertise has thinned out. When the system fails in unusual situations, fewer people know how to respond effectively. The short-term metrics improve, the long-term resilience may erode. This pattern appears in many forms. In supply chains, predictive models reduce inventory buffers and optimize logistics routes. Efficiency improves, capital is freed, and waste declines. Yet tightly optimized systems can become fragile under unexpected stress. When disruptions occur, geopolitical shifts, natural disasters, sudden demand spikes, lean systems may lack flexibility. Efficiency and resilience are not always aligned. Automation often makes clear economic sense. Quarterly reports reflect measurable improvements. Investors respond positively to cost reductions and productivity gains. Managers are rewarded for delivering results. The incentives favor adoption. And in many cases, the improvements are real. AI tools can identify fraud faster, streamline internal processes, and reduce manual errors. These benefits should not be dismissed. The issue is not whether automation works. It is how organizations weigh immediate performance against longer-term capability. When tasks are automated, employees shift roles. Some skills atrophy. Institutional knowledge becomes embedded in systems rather than people. If those systems are updated, replaced, or disrupted, rebuilding that knowledge can be difficult. Dependency increases gradually. There is a credible counterargument. Some argue that automation enhances resilience by reducing human error and increasing consistency. Predictive analytics can anticipate disruptions earlier than manual monitoring. AI-assisted decision systems can respond faster to changing conditions. In certain contexts, this is accurate. Automation can improve both efficiency and adaptability, especially when designed with redundancy and oversight in mind. But those outcomes require deliberate architecture. In practice, many deployments focus on optimizing specific metrics: cost per transaction, response time, inventory turnover, revenue per employee. These are measurable and actionable. Resilience, by contrast, is harder to quantify. It involves slack, diversity of expertise, and the capacity to improvise under stress. When resilience is not explicitly optimized, it may decline as a side effect of efficiency gains. The trade-off remains invisible until tested. There's also a strategic dimension. Organizations that rely heavily on third-party AI platforms may achieve rapid gains without building internal capabilities. This can accelerate growth in the short term. Over time, however, dependence on external systems can reduce bargaining power and limit strategic flexibility. Pricing changes, policy shifts, or model updates can have outsized impact. What began as a performance upgrade becomes a structural reliance. Second-order effects often unfold slowly. As automated systems handle routine decisions, human roles shift toward oversight and exception management. This can be productive, but if oversight becomes passive acceptance, organizations may lose the habit of questioning assumptions. When external conditions change, adaptation may lag. The system was optimized for yesterday's environment. Markets also shape this tension. Public companies face pressure to demonstrate quarterly improvements. Automation that reduces headcount or streamlines operations produces visible results. Investments in resilience, redundant systems, cross-training, diversified suppliers may appear as inefficiencies in the short term. The accounting framework influences strategic priorities. AI becomes a lever for performance metrics, not necessarily for durability. None of this implies that automation should be slowed indiscriminately. Efficiency gains can free resources for innovation. Data-driven systems can reveal hidden inefficiencies and enable smarter planning. The question is not whether to automate, it is how to define success. If success is measured narrowly and temporally, automation will optimize accordingly. If resilience and adaptability are treated as core objectives, system design will look different. As AI becomes embedded in more organizational processes, leaders face a balancing act. They must evaluate not only immediate returns, but also how automation reshapes capabilities over time. What skills are preserved? What redundancies remain? How easily can systems be reconfigured? These questions are less visible than quarterly earnings. They may be more consequential. Short term sense and long term risk are not opposites, they are often intertwined. Automation can deliver genuine improvements while quietly altering the foundation on which future performance depends. Recognizing this tension does not require rejecting efficiency. It requires expanding the frame of evaluation. Because in complex systems, strength is not defined only by how well they perform under normal conditions. It is defined by how they respond when conditions change.